Hello everyone, and welcome to what I would like to call the First Levels. That's right, the First Levels, a series or show where we judge video games based on the first few levels, their first boss fights, and their introductions. We're just gonna pretend like we're experts here, because today we are floating into the pink puffy chaos that is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And trust me, this ain't your grandma's 2D side-scroller. This is full 3D Kirby. And in this series, we are tackling three major elements. 1. Approachability. How approachable is this game based off of its first few levels? 2. Level design. How well are the design of the first few levels, and what makes them striking? What makes them want to make the player keep on playing to discover more levels? And 3, the introduction. How well does the game, perform with its introduction? Whether it be an opening cutscene, a proper tutorial, or just how it sinks you in to the start of the game. First impressions are everything, and that's what this series is about. Now then, without further ado, let's go. That's right, folks. HAL Labs finally said, what if Kirby, but in third dimension? And somehow, it works so well, I forgot the game starts with Kirby being isekai'd into a post-apocalyptic landscape. Who knew the end of civilization could be so adorable? We kick off the game with a choice: breezy mode or wild mode, the game's version of easy versus hard. After selecting our difficulty, we're blessed by the gaming gods as we see our adorable pink puffball, Kirby, strolling peacefully until a rift bigger than my dignity after eating Taco Bell.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.
Opens up and sucks in our hero and a bunch of innocent Waddle Dees. Yep, this is quite literally an isekai. After the cutscene, we wake up on the beach. And not gonna lie, this scene gives major Crash Bandicoot vibes. As we start exploring the 3D space, the game teaches us the basic controls. We eventually get an epic overhead shot revealing the world. Definitely channeling that Breath of the Wild energy here. Within the first 5 minutes or so, we're introduced to Kirby's newest gimmick, Mouthful Mode. Let me just say, I've known some people who've also showed off their mouthful modes. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it. Get some help.
Man, come on. Y'all were supposed to laugh at that. But whatever. The first mouthful transformation is a car. We zoom through, while the area with a catchy song playing in the background. Can't show it. Can't let you guys hear it, because YouTube copyright gods will smite me. We're then greeted by another cutscene, showing our homies, the ride or die, the Waddle Dees, getting kidnapped. Let them go, brothers. Let them go. They're innocent. Then we meet a new character. Super cute, with ears so big he's probably listening in to the group chats right now. We rescue him, find out his name is Elephant, and by the end of it, Bandana Waddle Dee shows up to introduce the co-op mode. The first copy abilities that you'll experience here are Sword and Bomb. The classics. You already know you gotta harness the power of Link, and then harness the power of, bombs. Just bombs everywhere. The Warp Star appears, and after hopping on it, we float into the overworld, a lush greenish grassland that's clearly overrun by nature. Yep, it's adorable and apocalyptic. The first official level is Downtown Grasslands. This level does everything right. Before it starts, it shows you hidden missions to complete, which, finding those Waddle Dee homies. That's right, the main purpose of the levels in the game, or the gimmick I should say, is finding the little homies, the Waddle Dees. And they make a huge impact into this game. Early on in this level, you get access to 2 copy abilities, Cutter and Bomb. I guess Sword just wasn't enough. We had to add in Cutter too. Oh my god. The more types of blades, the better, I suppose. The level introduces various mouth modes as well. starting with the vending machine, where Kirby is literally Haktua cans at enemies. You also get to use a traffic cone. Yes, really. To dive tip first, pause, into enemies. Not gonna lie, it was pretty hilarious waddling around like a damn conehead. No? That's a classic movie. How do you not know about the coneheads? Midway through this level, we actually fight our first mini-boss, Wild Edge. My man's got a full-on Zakpakto, but don't worry. Cook him up with ease, save a Waddle Dee, and move on to impale a giant snapping turtle while cone-headed. The next level here is Through the Tunnel. Here we use the fire ability to light our way through the dark tunnel. No, not my butthole, the actual tunnel. The highlight? Another new mouth mode. Stairs Kirby! Yep, you become a literal staircase. Gives a whole new meaning to Step on Me. After finishing this level, we unlock warp holes, minigame style challenges tied to copy abilities. For example, the bomb trial has time-based goals for an extra challenge. Pretty neat. On to the next level, which is the Rocking Rollin' Road. Kirby gets a goddamn Glock! Well, okay, it's called a blaster, but let me just, pretend it's a Glock. You know you want to say it. Game had me feeling damn like Danny DeVito, you know what I mean with that one meme? No? Okay, I'll stop. The stage brings back the car Kirby, and I just gotta ask, Nintendo, where are those female cars from the movie Cars? Shit, I'm trying to have them flash at me the way they flashed at Lightning McQueen. You hear what I'm saying?
Stop it. Get some help.
No? Alright, I'll see myself out. Also, you guys ain't slick! This is the second Crash Bandicoot reference that I've spotted! Now for the level before the boss fight. Level 4 of this game, or this world, this arc, this season, if you will. This could literally be a season 1 anime, if this game ever had an anime. A trip to a level mall. In this level, we use Malfo mode to become a locker, pulling ourselves down to reveal secrets. And these aren't just normal secrets, no, these are the chambers of secrets. Somebody get Harry Potter over here. We need ourselves a magic copy ability for this one. We also gain access to the ice ability after beating Wild Frosty, the second mini-boss. I'm starting to think that the classic cast got wildfied by whatever the Forgotten Land is. Now it's time for the boss fight. Brawl at the Mall. At this point, you'll realize that saving the Waddle Dees is essential to unlocking the boss battles of the game. So make sure that you save enough of them in the previous 4 levels. You enter the mall, and the setup is Chef's Kiss. You even spot the boss early and grab some bananas. Because monkey, I guess. What are you trying to say, Nintendo? Huh? You get to choose from 3 different abilities before entering the battle. Sword, bomb, or ice. Once you've chosen your ability, you enter a room where we are then greeted by the first boss. And the first thing we notice about him is...
Oh my god, he's black as fuck! And you can see him!
Alright. The first thing that we notice is that he's a giant gorilla. So, someone better call the Frieza Force to help take care of this menace. Boss fights in Kirby are sort of easy, sort of difficult, but the first boss fight of most Kirby games tends to be extremely easy. This first boss battle does a good job at pretty much setting up what is to be expected from future boss fights in the game. Goromondo, which is the name of this boss fight, does a good job at kind of giving us a challenge, not really. He's a very slow boss, which is good. You want the first boss battle experience to be easy enough that you don't want to drop the controller. You know what I mean? I used the sword ability to defeat Goromondo and save the homies, the Waddle Dees. Goromondo does his job right by showcasing what a first boss battle should sort of feel like when you're picking up a game for the first time. Now then, once you defeat Goromondo and get the Frieza Force over to take him away, we unlock the hub world of this game, Waddle Dee Town. Saving those homies actually is important because of this reason here. Not just to unlock the bosses, but for the Waddle Dee Town. Waddle Dee Town introduces us to a few different things the moment we enter it. It shows us the cinema, so make sure that you get your lotions because we have no idea what type of movies we're going to be able to see in there, and the gacha machine, which throughout the levels I neglected to mention, you'll be able to find collectibles. One of these collectibles are capsules, which at the end of the level reveals what they are, which are, cute little figurines. But the best part of Waddle Dee Town is being introduced to the copyability weapons shop. The incentive in this hub world is being able to evolve your goddamn copy abilities. This is how you properly introduce and set up expectations in your first few levels, by giving us incentives. Now that we know that we can make our copy ability stronger, we have more of a desire to continue playing the game to see what else we can make stronger. We get the choice of 2 free evolutions in the form of Cutter and Fire. Now your boy just had to get his Charizard feelings up and running because I chose Fire as my first evolution. And what evolves from Fire and Kirby? Lava! We go from fire to straight up lava. And you know what? The first thing we did to test out the looks of this new copy ability is kill the homies that we found! Now then, on to the final thoughts and scores of the first levels of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I am going to score the 3 major elements here with Poyos, the cute little sound that Kirby makes when he, says hi or something. Poyo! No? Man, nigga can't just let himself be cute anymore, huh? But anyways, we're gonna start things off with element number 1, the introduction. The intro cutscene beautifully sets the tone. No dialogue needed, after all, it is a Kirby game, and most Kirby games, if not all of them, don't really have dialogue. You instantly get what's going on. The beach scene is full of wonder, and the transition into 3D gameplay, gorgeous. I am giving this a score 5 out of 5 Poyos! Game design / mechanics. The first few levels showcases the game's potential. Mouthful modes, 3D copy abilities, and the mini-bosses, as well as the first, big boss, Goromando, does a good job at showcasing Kirby's transition to 3D gaming. The levels look stunning, but my only gripe is that some Waddle Dees are hidden a bit too well, but that says more about my abilities of finding things than anything else. But still, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 Poyos! And, of course, the third, Approachability. It's a Kirby game, and it's Nintendo. Of course it's approachable. You pick up the controller, you turn that shit on, you say hi to the cute little pink puffball, and then you proceed to kill gods among gods and demons among demons. With ease, I shall add. Whether you're 5 or 50 years old, the game is easy to learn, it's charming, and it's packed with variety in its first few levels of the game. 5 out of 5 Poyos! Be sure to like and subscribe and let me know which game I should tackle next. This is the first in the series, so it might be a bit rough around the edges. But if you love Kirby and Nintendo games, check out my playthroughs over on Angelo's playthrough. Thanks for watching, and sound off in the comments with your thoughts. Again, this is the first of a series, so I apologize if it comes out a bit unprofessional, if you will. I tried my best, and I'm going to continue to keep trying, because I have a lot of faith and potential in this series. The first levels.